Is love really an art? Exploring the active and passive nature of love. When we think of love, is it something that requires knowledge and effort? Or is it just a pleasant sensation that we stumble upon by chance? This video dives deep into the idea that love is more than just a feeling. It's an art that requires active participation and dedication. Exploring the active and passive nature of love. When we think of love, is it something that requires knowledge and effort? Or is it just a pleasant sensation that we stumble upon by chance? This video dives deep into the idea that love is more than just a feeling. It's an art that requires active participation and dedication. The misconception of passive love. Many people today believe that love is something that just happens to us, a magical experience that we fall into if we're lucky. We see this narrative everywhere, in movies, TV shows, and even social media, where love is often portrayed as a passive experience. We're told that true love comes to those who wait, or that love will find us when the time is right. This passive view of love leads people to focus on making themselves as lovable as possible, rather than focusing on the act of loving itself. Love as a commodity in the personality market. Erich Fromm, in his book, compares modern dating to capitalism. Just as we exchange goods and services in the marketplace, we often treat love as a transaction where we try to make ourselves more desirable to others. This approach turns love into a commodity, something we seek to acquire rather than something we actively participate in. Fromm argues that this mindset reduces love to a bargain, where we seek the best deal to satisfy our own desires, rather than focusing on the well-being of the person we love. The importance of active love. Contrary to the passive conception of love, active love requires us to ask, "How do I love?" rather than, "How do I become loved?" When relationships end, many people focus on improving their appearance or social status to become more lovable, rather than reflecting on how they can be better at loving. This is where the concept of love as an art comes in. Like any art form, love requires practice, dedication, and faith. Just as a painter must continue to hone their skills, we must continuously work on our ability to love. The role of giving in love. Fromm also emphasizes that true love is about giving, not receiving. Many people mistake giving for sacrifice, but when we give out of love, we don't lose anything. Instead, we enrich our own lives. Giving love is about sharing our thoughts, emotions, and experiences with another person. In doing so, we not only help the other person flourish, but also experience our own sense of aliveness. This active participation in love helps combat existential loneliness and creates a deeper, more meaningful connection with our partner. The impact of hyperreality on our perception of love. Our understanding of love is often shaped by media portrayals that are more real than reality itself, a concept known as hyperreality. Movies, TV shows, and social media create idealized images of love that we start to believe are achievable in real life. This leads to unrealistic expectations and pressures to conform to certain relationship tropes, such as the perfect couple or the ideal partner. These hyper-real depictions of love can make us feel inadequate or dissatisfied with our own relationships, even when they are healthy and fulfilling. The overuse of red flags and the importance of communication. The term red flags has become popular in discussions about relationships, often used to describe any behavior that could be a potential problem. While it's important to be aware of serious issues like abuse or dishonesty, the overuse of the term can lead to unnecessary paranoia and the premature end of relationships. Effective communication is key. Rather than jumping to conclusions based on social media advice, it's important to discuss concerns openly with your partner. Real love requires effort, understanding, and the willingness to work through challenges together. Conclusion. Love as an active art. To truly understand love, We must shift our perspective from seeing it as something that happens to us to something we actively engage in. Love is an art that requires continuous practice, dedication, and a willingness to give without expecting anything in return. By focusing on the act of loving, rather than simply being loved, we can build deeper, more fulfilling relationships that withstand the test of time. So, let's move away from the passive notions of love and embrace it as the active, transformative force it truly is. As always, if you thought this video contained info that wasn't a complete waste of time, go ahead and click on that subscribe icon. You can like it too, even if you didn't. Otherwise, miss out on topics might suck, but do matter.